Thank you all for joining the Quiz Deep Thought. I hope this program can become the starting point for your deep thinking. Current AI investment has evolved from simply buying chips and models into a grueling but vital new phase, the AI refinery logic represented by inod. This company is no longer the low-end data outsourcer the public perceives. It is becoming a critical infrastructure hub for global tech giants to solve the performance bottleneck of large language models. Imagine the current AI craze as a massive, frantic gold rush where everyone is buying land and hiring workers, hoping to strike it rich overnight. Inod isn't just selling you a standard shovel. It has built a high-precision purity lab right at the exit of the gold mine. Tech giants are facing an awkward reality: the internet's public data has been drained dry, much like the topsoil of a mine being flipped over 1,000 times. What remains are the hard bones buried deep within legal archives, medical records, and complex programming logic. If you feed a model low-quality data full of sand, the AI starts hallucinating, making things up. It's like giving a student a stack of bootleg textbooks filled with typos right before the bar exam. Not only will they fail, but they will also develop fundamentally flawed logic. Over the past week, market sentiment for inod hit a strong 8 out of 10. With investment banks slapping a $110 price target on it. This reflects the market's realization that inod owns thousands of professional alchemists, experts in law and medicine, and a platform called Golden Gate that boosts AI training efficiency by 50%. While there are noisy reports about legal investigations, these are merely splashes of mud on a high-speed racing car as it takes a sharp turn. They cannot hide the fact that the company is now deeply embedded in the supply chains of 5 out of the world's top 7 cloud hyperscalers. The true pricing power belongs to those who provide the exclusive fuel for expert-level logic. Investing in high-growth, high-multiple targets cannot rely on gut feeling. It must be built on a quantitative probability model that translates vague sentiment into cold, hard win rates. Think of it as inspecting a high-speed maglev train. You can't just stare at the speedometer to see how fast it's going right now. You have to check the stability of the track's moat. You have to measure the fuel conversion rate, the gross quality, and you have to peek into the cockpit to see if the management team is playing musical chairs. In my multi-dimensional scoring system, inod earned a weighted score of 3.825 out of 5, which maps to a win rate or success probability of roughly 76.5%. This is a remarkably powerful signal. Its standout features are gross quality and market positioning, with gross margins leaping from 30% to nearly 45%. In accounting terms, this proves the business is no longer a labor-intensive sweatshop but a scalable tech platform where the software does the heavy lifting. Of course, I gave the valuation dimension a low score of 2.5 because a P or E ratio over 60 means the price has already borrowed a significant portion of future glory. What we need to track is the net retention rate, or in plain English, whether an old customer who spent $100 last year is willing to spend $120 or more this year. As long as that number stays above 120%, the engine of this train is structurally sound. Even if we encounter minor turbulence like insider selling or legal inquiries, the sheer momentum of the business will likely carry it forward. We must use this scorecard to fight the irrational urge of FOMO and ensure every decision is a calculated bet. The ultimate success of any great business model depends on whether it can form a data flywheel that accelerates itself and whether we, as investors, have set sensitive triggers for when that flywheel might stall. Picture a massive snowball perched at the top of a steep mountain covered in legal codes, medical protocols, and software scripts. At first, the snowball moves slowly because it requires human hands to sort the clean snow from the debris. But as it grows larger, its internal algorithms, the Golden Gate platform, becomes smarter and faster at identifying what is gold and what is junk, reducing friction and increasing speed. Once this flywheel starts spinning, any competitor trying to catch up would need to spend not just the same amount of money, but the same amount of time. And time is the widest moat of all. Today, Innodata is using this flywheel to transcend from simple data labeling to becoming the standard setter for agentic AI evaluations. They aren't just refining the oil. They are defining what 98-octane gasoline actually looks like for an AI agent. However, as sober observers, we must keep our eyes on three specific red lights. First, the gross margin. If it drops below 35% for 2 consecutive quarters, the intelligence logic has failed, and it has reverted to manual labor. Second, customer concentration. If orders from those tech giants shrink, the push behind the snowball vanishes. And third, management behavior. If the core leaders begin a mass exodus, we exit first, regardless of how good the story sounds. In this reflexive market, we are not here to predict the future, but to monitor the rotation speed of the flywheel. Monitoring the rotation speed of the flywheel is the only path for an investor to reach maturity and compound interest.